Hello everyone. Thank you for joining today's session. I'm Sanjana and I'm happy to be delivering today's presentation. On today's session, we're going to discuss the latest enhancements that we have brought for reports and emails in CRM. So, before getting into the details, let me give you a quick overview on this feature. As an organization, you will be storing a lot of data into your CRM account. And as your business grows, the data that you receive on a day to day basis will also increase. And from time to time, you might want to track the data that is being added into your CRM, right? And you might want to get the list of the leads that were created for this month or the list of the deals that were closed for this month. So, among all this huge information of data that you have in your CRM account, how can you get a specific set of information that matches a specific set of date range or a specific set of criteria? For this, you can make use of reports and you can easily categorize your data and get only the specific set of information, and you can easily manage your data in your CRM account. For this feature, we have also made a lot of enhancements in this new update. We have given a complete makeover for the entire reports module, which has provided a lot more features to make a use to give a user friendly experience while accessing your information. We have also provided multiple parent child relationship, and we have also given more related modules, and we have also provided a new option to select a relationship type between the parent and child modules so that you can have more control over the data for which you're going to generate a report. We have also provided an intuitive preview so that you can easily identify the changes that you're making on your report, and you can easily save and access the data. So let's see how we can create a simple report in our CRM account. Let me show you my test account. So this is a test CRM instance that I'm going to use to show you how it works. To create a report, you need to open the reports module in CRM, and you can open the all reports folder, and you can see the list of all the reports that you have in your CRM account. To create a new report, you would need to click on the Create Report button and it will start the process. So, the module based on which you want to get the data will be considered as the primary module. Let's consider an example. I would like to get the list of all the clients that I have in my CRM and also the list of deals that are associated with each of my clients. In this case, client will become the primary module. I'm going to select the drop down here and click on the clients module. Click on continue and we can go to the next step. Here, you would need to select the child module for which you would need to associate with the primary. If you just want to get the client information, you need not select any child module and you can simply click on continue. But if you want to get any related information along with clients, you would need to select that specific module as the child module. You can click on the plus icon and you can choose the child module to be associated. So these are all the modules that are associated, and you can select any one of them based on your requirement. And in this new update, we have provided attachments, Facebook profiles, Twitter profiles, and many such additional modules so that you can easily associate and manage your data effectively. As of now, I want to get the list of clients and the deals that are associated with my clients. I'm going to select deals as the child module. Here, now you can select the relationship type between the parent and the child module. In the previous version, when you have generated a report, it will include the entire information from the primary module. And if there are no related modules, related data that is associated with the primary record, it will still include in the report, and there will be a lot of data from which it will be difficult for us to easily track and identify. So, to avoid this, we have provided an option to choose the relationship type so that you can get only the list of records which have the association available. We have provided two options here. One is inclusive and the other one is exclusive. If you select inclusive, the report will show you the clients which are created with or without the deals. And if you choose exclusive, the report will show you only the clients which are created with deals. I'm going to select exclusive so that I can get only the list of clients which have deals associated. Click on done and click on continue so that we can continue to the next steps. In this section, you would need to select the list of fields that you want to display as columns in your report. You can click on the plus icon and you can edit the columns. Simply click on the checkbox beside the required field to add or remove the field from the report. And once you have selected the required fields, you can simply click on done and it will be saved. So I'm going to remove few fields from this list and I'm going to add few fields and we can click on done. Along with this, if you want to group your report based on a similar value, you can make use of row grouping or column grouping and you can easily manage your data. In the earlier version, you would need to first select a report type and then based on that, you would need to select the row or the column groupings. But now we have eliminated this step and instead you can directly select the grouping and based on the groupings that you have selected, the report type will be automatically selected. Let's see how we can add a grouping. Click on the plus icon beside row groups and you can select any one of the fields from the list so that the data can be grouped based on its value. Let's select account name and once we click on done, the report will show me the data consolidated based on the account name. Here you can see there are two clients which have the same account name. So the report will group both of them and it will show me the count of clients which have the same value. Similarly, if you want to add a column grouping, you can click on the plus icon and you can select the value. Once you select the column grouping, the report will consider the field that you have selected for row grouping and the field that you have selected for column grouping, and it will show you the count of records which match both of these values. So let's see how it works. Let's select email opt out and we can check it. You can see here, you can see that there are two records which have the email opt-out selected as true and have the account name as Bloomingdale. This way, you can consolidate your report and you can see the count of records which match both of these values. I'm going to remove the column group because I just want to see the list of records which have the same account name. Along with this, since I have created my report to get the list of deals, I would also need to see the sum of the amount that was generated for each of these deals. For this, I can select aggregate column and using this, we can display the sum, average, minimum or maximum of any currency field. Click on the plus icon and you can see the list of options. We can select sum of amount and click on done so that it can be displayed. So this is how you can display the sum of amount for each of these deals and it will also show you the grand total for all of the deals that are included in the report. And while making these changes, have you noticed any change here? You can see that as soon as I remove a field here, it will be automatically displayed within this section, right? This is one of the wonderful features that we have provided in this new update, which is an intuitive preview of all the changes that you're making on your report. In the earlier version, you would need to first add the columns, add the row grouping or column grouping and the filters, and only when you run the report, it will show you the final list of information. And if this report is incorrect or if you want to add more columns of information, you would need to go back, make the required changes, and then run the report again so that you can see the data. To avoid all of this process and to provide a more user friendly experience, we have provided an intuitive preview so that you can make all the changes, and once you're satisfied with the outcome, you can run the report and see the final data. And if you want, you can also add any filter so that you can get the list of records based on a specific time range or a specific value. Let's see how we can add a filter. Click on the filters column and click on the plus icon. And here you can see two types of filters. One is date filter and the other one is advanced filter. If you want to get the data based on a certain time range, like created within this month or closed within the last month, you can add it as a date filter. You can click on the drop down and select the required date field based on which you want to generate the report. But if you want to generate the report based on any field value, let's say like the you want to get the list of deals which have a specific stage value. In that case, you can add it as an advanced filter. Click on the drop down and you can see the list of all the fields which you can use as the criteria. I'm going to create a normal report, so I haven't added any filters. Let's click on run and the final data will be displayed. So here you can see the grouping that I have selected and the aggregate field that I have selected while creating the report is displayed, and the total of each deals and the grand total of all of these deals will be displayed here. So this is how you can simply create a report in your CRM account and you can track your data more effectively. You can click on save and you can save this report for your future reference. So I'm going to give the name as client deals report and you can select a folder in which this report has to be saved. So this way I have saved a report and I can use it anytime and I can open it anytime so that I can see the data. And what if I have multiple users who are also creating separate reports? How can I see all of them? And how can we export the reports in CRM? Let's see what are the different export options that we have and how can we combine the multiple reports and how can we see all the information within the same page. Now we have provided two options while exporting your report. One is a formatted report and the other one is a detailed report. If you want to export the data along with the grouping, you can select formatted report. Or if you want to just get the information, you can simply select detailed report. Let's see how that works. You can click on the drop down beside the edit button and click on export. Here you can choose the type of report that you want to export. If you select formatted report, it will show you, it will export the report along with the grouping that you have selected. If you have selected detailed report, it will just export the information but not the grouping, and you can export up to 50,000 rows of information using this option. You can also select the format in which the data has to be exported. You can select Excel or CSV, and once you click on export, a file will be generated and it will be saved in your system. This is how you can create and export a single report. And what if you want to see the data from similar reports which are being created by other users? Usually, we would need to go back to the reports folder, reports module, and open the list of reports and click on each of them to view the data separately. But now, in the new update, we have provided an option to join multiple reports and see the data from all of these reports in the same page. For this, you can click on the edit button and click on the join report option so that you can combine multiple reports and you can see the information. To create a join report, you need to make sure that all the reports are created with the same primary module. In this case, I have created this report with clients as my primary module. So now I can only join other reports which were also created with clients as the primary module. You can click on the drop down beside report 2 and you can see the list of all the other reports which were created with clients as the primary module. I'm going to select this one, which has the list of activities associated with each client. Once we click on done, the report will be generated and you can see the data from both reports in the same page. So you can see the first report will show me the list of clients and the deals associated with each of them. And in the second report, it will show me the list of clients and the activities that are associated with each report. This way, you can combine up to three separate reports which are created for the same primary module, and you can see the list of data from all of these reports in the same page. If you want, you can also save this report and you can store it for your reference. So these are the new enhancements that we have made for CRM. So let's jump into the next topic for today, which is email sharing permissions. Before getting into the details, may I know if anyone has integrated their email address with IMAP or POP3 in their CRM account? Thank you for your response. So let me give you a quick overview on how exactly this works. As we all know, email plays a crucial role in the day-to-day communication with our clients. So using emails, we will be able to send our requirements to our clients and the clients can easily share their response to us. And as an organization, you might be sending tens or hundreds of emails per day to multiple clients, and you might also receive a similar number of emails from your clients as responses. So, as you are already managing your data in your CRM account as leads and contacts, you might also want to manage the communication that you have made with each of the clients, right? For this, you can integrate your email address using IMAP or POP3 configuration, and you can have the email synced from your inbox to the respective lead or contact, and you can see the conversation. Also, you can have your other users configure the same integration so that the emails can be synced from all of the users. And you can also set the sharing as public so that the emails that are being synced from your mailbox can be shared to other users across your organization. We have three types of sharings available for this integration. One is private, which means that the emails will not be shared to any other user in the organization. The other one is public, and if you select this, all the emails that are being synced will be shared across all the users in your CRM account. And the other one is custom record level sharing, using which you can only share the emails from a specific lead or specific contact to the required users so that they can only see the conversation of that particular email address when they open from their CRM account. For this, usually this sharing permission would need to be enabled from each user account separately. So if you want to see the emails from any other user's account, you need to inform them to set the sharing as public so that you will be able to see them. But as an admin, you would require to have a complete control of all the sharing and all the access that you want to provide for your users, right? For this, we have provided the option to customize the email sharing permissions as an admin so that you can have a complete control of all the user information and all the user access as the super admin. We have provided two options. One is email preferences, using which you can apply the changes for the users who are in a same role. Let's say that I have 5 users in a manager role and I want to have the emails from all these managers shared to the other users. For this, I can make use of email preferences and I can simply customize the sharing permissions so that it can be applied for all the users who are in the same role and I need not change it for each of them separately. But what if there are multiple users with different roles and different profiles? Can I customize the permissions for them as well? Yes, we can do that. For this, you need to make use of mass update option, using which you can customize the sharing permission for the users who are in different roles or different profiles. Also, we have provided few enhancements for the compose settings. Earlier, we have provided a common we have provided the option to customize the signature for each user's account separately. But now we have provided the option to customize these preferences as an admin from your CRM account itself. You can also define a common font style and common font size so that each email that is being sent from your CRM account will be sent in a similar format. So let's see how these changes are done in CRM account. So this is one of my other email account where I have multiple users. To check the email sharing settings, you would need to open the setup page, click on email under channels and click on email sharing. So these are the list of all the users who have integrated IMAP configuration and currently they have set the sharing as private. Let's see how we can manage the sharing preferences based on the roles. For this, you would need to click on preferences and you can see the list of all the roles that you have added in your role hierarchy. So these are all the roles and let me customize the sharing preference for the manager role. You can simply click on the drop down and you can select the sharing permission. I'm going to set it as public and click on proceed. And if you want to exclude any domain from being shared to other users, you can add such domains here. Let's say that I want to restrict the emails that are being received from zilker.com to the other users. I can simply include the domain name and click on done so that except this emails, all the other emails will be shared to the other users in the CRM account. You can click on apply now and you can select the option to apply these changes for the new and existing users or only for the new users who are going to be added hereafter. I'm going to select new and existing users so that it can be applied for the existing users as well. Once you click on proceed, it will take a moment to have these changes saved and you can see a pop-up. And this is how you can customize the sharing permissions for the users who are in a same role. Let's see how we can customize for the users who are in other roles and other profiles. Here you can see there are two users who are in separate roles and separate profiles. Let's customize these permissions for them. You can simply click on the checkbox beside each of these users and click on the mass update button. Here you can click on the drop down and you can select which preference that you want to change for all of these users. You can exclude the domains from sharing. You can select the users to whom the emails have to be shared. And you can also customize the sharing permission if it has to be private or public. Let's select exclude domain and let's exclude few domains for these two users. I'm going to add the same domain to be excluded. Type the domain name and press enter and then click on save. Once you click on proceed, it will take a moment to have these changes saved and you can see it got updated. You can give a refresh on the page and you can see the changes that are being updated. So this is how you can customize the sharing permissions for users who are in separate roles and separate profiles. And you can also make use of the preferences option to customize the permissions for users who are in the same role. And now let's see the enhancements that we have made for the compose settings. I'm going to open another account where we can see all the changes. For this, you would need to click on email under channels in the setup page and you can see the compose settings. Here, you can change the font family. You can define a font size so that whenever any user composes an email, the same font and the same font size will be applied. You can click on the drop down and you can select the required font. And you can also select the size. And once you select them, a preview will show you how these changes will display when you're going to compose an email. Along with this, we have provided an option to add the signature directly in the same page. In the earlier version, Each user would need to add a signature separately from their CRM account. But now you can define the signature and you can assign the signature for multiple email addresses so that based on the email address that is being selected, the respective signature can be displayed. And this way, multiple users can make use of a same signature. Let's see how we can add the signature. Click on Add New Signature option here and you can give a signature name, and you need to select the email addresses for which this has to be applied. So I'm going to select these two and let me give a sample signature. And you can click on save and it will be saved. So this is how you can compose and you can make the settings for your compose settings so that the emails that you're going to be sent from CRM will be sent in a professional manner. So now let's see the next set of enhancements that we have provided for email composer. In the previous version, when you click on the send email button, a separate page will be opened and you would need to select the template and customize the email. But now we have provided an option to display a pop-up within the record details page so that you can easily access the record information and you can also easily compose your email. We have made a complete makeover for this email composer page, and we have also provided spell check and auto suggestion while you're composing an email to avoid any grammatical mistakes. We have also provided an option to get the attachments from the record and use them while sending the email. So let's see how we can compose and what are the new enhancements that we have made. Let me open a sample client record with an email address, and you can click on the send email button so that the composer page will be open. So this is the new version of the composer page, and you can see a simple pop-up gets displayed within the same record page instead of navigating into the next page. Here you can define the subject, and as you can see, since I have selected this email address, the respective signature that I have assigned got displayed here. And while composing an email, if there are any grammatical mistakes, the system will show you a red line showing an alert to change the spelling. You can simply click on it and you will see the suggestion, and you can click on it so that it will be automatically updated. And also, you can click on the attach button and you can select from record option so that if you have added any attachment to the contact and if you want to include it while sending an email, you can easily find it and associate it while sending the email. So you can click on the from record option and it will show you the list of all the attachments that you have assigned for this contact. Simply click on the check button and click on attach and it will be automatically associated. So let's say that while composing this email, I have to wait for an update from another user, and only when I get an update from him, I can send this email. So while I'm waiting for this update from the other user, what happens to this email? Should I need to discard it and compose it again from the scratch? No, we have provided a new option to save the email as draft so that you can open the draft later and continue composing the email. You can simply minimize this page. You can click on the minimize icon and it will be displayed under the mail section. If you want to continue, you can click on this and the draft will be displayed again. Alternatively, you can also scroll to the emails related list from the contact record and click on the draft section and you can see the drafts that are saved earlier. You can click on the draft and it will open the pop-up so that you can continue composing the email. Also, while I am waiting for this update from my other user, I would need to send a completely different email. Let's say, like, I want to schedule a meeting before sending this email, right? In that case, what happens to this draft? Will it get discarded completely? Or will the new changes get applied for this draft? No. we can minimize this and we can open a completely new composer tab so that we can draft a new email and we can send it as a separate one. For this, you would need to click on the minimize icon and then click on the send email button again, so that a new composer will be displayed in a new tab where you can compose a completely different email. This way, you can manage up to 5 different tabs and you can send 5 different emails at the same time. So, these are the new enhancements that we have made for Email Composer. All right, I think we had a clear idea on what are the new enhancements that we have made for emails and what are the new compose settings and how we can save the emails as draft and how we can manage the multiple tabs for emails so that we can easily compose and send multiple emails from our CRM account. So these are the latest enhancements that we have made for both reports and email. I hope you had a clear understanding and I hope you make use of these features to manage your data more effectively and make use of your CRM more effectively. With this, if you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the chat window or in the questions tab and we'll help you further. And with this, I would like to conclude the session and I thank you everyone for your time and patience.